My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Slay the Spire 2. Necrobinder. It's only a, whoa, there's 3 rests. There's that one, and then this one. So one on the left and one on the right. Shame we can't loop all those question marks and shop into the same amount of rests. Two elites near the end of that floor. Okay, I'll take that. Hefty tablet shows us Call of the Void at the start of your turn at a random, add a random card into your hand and it gains ethereal, not add a random ethereal card into your hand, importantly. Those are different things. I'm going to double strike the backline and defend because I'm going to be throwing a defend down this turn no matter what. So I might as well let it actually have an impact on the battlefield. Yep. The main reason that I do that there is because this turn, if I drew Strike, Bodyguard, and Unleash, which was not unlikely, I would have been able to use the Bodyguard to give Osti enough health to then unleash Twig Slime to death. Get the Call of the Void out so I can try and get some, more resources to save myself. I'll reanimate there. GG. So, Snap and Defile. I'll just take a Defile as a good source of starting damage. And the fact that it's also ethereal might loop into some other stuff. We'll see. Sick. Spirit of Ash is in play. It got generated by an ethereal card, and now whenever I play an ethereal card, I get health. Well, sorry, block, not health. Speed Potion, Enfeebling Touch, Fear, and Right-Hand Hand. Gotta say, we are largely just being offered ethereal cards at this point, but I will take the Enfeebling Touch, because it makes sense. Call of the Void is actually a really good upgrade here because Call of the Void becomes innate with an upgrade, so we can use that effectively as 2 additional cards in the opening hand. I don't know why. Sometimes in this fight, I seem to believe this is an attack on the first turn. It's not. It never is. It's deterministic not to be. Oh my god. I messed that up. Supposed to play the Bodyguard before that, or not. 1, 2. Costs us a health. Lethality, High Five, and Dirge. Lethality. God, in this first cycle, I'm going to see so many ethereal cards go by, but as soon as I see Eidolon, oh, we're just going to play our whole deck. Play every exhausted ethereal card. It'll be perfect for that. Call of the Void. And yeah, there goes Defile and Enfeebling Touch this turn. Lethality, Bodyguard, Defend. $16... It's 48 from Eradicate this turn. Nope. Wasn't enough damage. Double defense strike. There we go. Take him out with the Eradicate now. Poke, Afterlife, and Reeve. Nope. They don't solve the problems we have. They just give us new problems, those ones. Okay, Call of the Void from the first turn here is going to be pretty useful. Then Unleash and Defile. Oh, sick. Veil Piercer. Next ethereal card you play costs 0. Ah, pull from below. Deals 2 damage for each ethereal card you play this combat. I'll play lethality first. I'll look in the skill pot for something defensive. Pass for the draw versus I think it's just undeath. No. Pull aggro. We'll save the energy this turn. Then a defend, strike, and pull from below. 7/3. Yeah, this one's worse. Defend, defile for 23. I'm hoping to deal 31 damage in a single turn here. I'll be using Veil Piercer to play Delay. 2 more defends. Only take 3 more damage that turn, but now 16 damage in a single turn. Yeah, that's pretty likely. GG. Toxic Egg. Whenever you had a skill card to the deck, upgrade it. That's so good. Squeeze. Osty deals 25 damage. Deals 5 additional damage for all of your other Osty attacks. Honestly, I'm more interested in this upgraded Wisp that retains. Lethality for more damage amp. Take Barrage as well. Hit an early rest. I do want to power through these 2 elites as well. Let's check if the skill pot can help us defend this turn. Pretty reasonably, I think. Reach for 35, finishes the fight, and I think if it's upgraded, I do take that Afterlife just as a defend. Hold Void, Afterlife Strike, hold Wisp. So we're basically just waiting for Call of the Void to generate some AoE for this fight. Let that Sikkim evoke. Sorry, evoke rather. Let that Sikkim exhaust. Lethality, invoke. Bodyguard. So Unleash should be 40 damage this turn. Too much damage to ignore. One of you down, and then I've got Unleash, Light Strike. Strike the back line. Great. So none of you will be attacking next turn. And the backliner is vulnerable to 2 strikes. Yeah. Not 2 strikes, right? Oh, it was only lethality that amped it enough to be able to do that. But still, we get him. Strike dummy. Cards containing strike 3 will deal 3 additional damage. As well as an upgraded negative pulse. Yes, please. Yeah, you know what? I'll give you 50 gold to upgrade my combat hand in the Badonis. Call of the Void. Just essential we get that in play. Enfeebling Touch, drop the Pulse. I'd love to use Defile that turn as well. Maybe instead of Pulse, I should have played Defile. Yeah, I suspect that would have been right. Alright. We've got Lethality and Osty's Gaze out. What's it called? Sentry mode. Yes. So we'll be comfortably shredding this enemy here. GG. Duplicator. This turn, your next card is played an additional time. Amethyst Aubergine for 15 gold every time we finish a fight. And I'll just snag an upgraded Putrefy. This one, unfortunately, especially with the lack of health that we have at this point, it's going to require a rest. Not enough defense in this deck to even as Necrobinder with Osti, push through this fight, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, look, it's not going well so far. We're bleeding pretty quickly here. I'm going to invoke Deathbringer Wisp and then strike just to stagger the enemy for that turn. End of days is not going to be enough here, unfortunately. I'm going to need Bodyguard out in play if I want to have any chance here. I'll throw both End of Days and Unleash. I can play Reanimate and I actually end up in the positive at the end of that turn. Drop an Undeath. Negative Pulse. Bodyguard as well. And okay, yeah, we'll make it out of here. GG. Deathbringer, strike, your turn. Defense. Defense is the clear and obvious problem here. Ooh, Transfigure upgraded. Yes, please. I can make defense out of that somehow. Prismatic Gem. Gain energy at the start of your turn. Card rewards now contain cards from other colors. Now, here's the thing. I'm not really attached to being the Necrobinder right now. In fact, between Vajra and Strike Zombie, I might be better as a different class. Hell yeah. I'll take this early shop. It's looking like a 3 elite 2 rest line. Call of the Void. I'm going to use Duplicator for negative pulse, because otherwise this is going to be a bit tougher. This will help us stagger the Bulbug this turn as well. And then that 17 confirms that the Nectar in the back line dies. Yeah. I think that was worth it. Absolute shutout. Show me an upgraded boot sequence for just 13 block on turn 1. I get additional cards in the opening hand as well, so really helps balance that out. Hell yeah. Let's see this. Ooh. I don't think I need Anchor for the 4 block on turn 1, considering what we just got, but Venerable Tea set's going to be pretty good, and I'll save the rest of my money for the actual shop. 1 energy when we start a combat after a rest site. As there's a way for us to take no damage, you'll find me there. Okay, I'm going to Transfigure Strike. Take out one of you, and then Afterlife. If that's the best I can do, it's the best I can do. Take one off the field, and just take the hit to the other. Double Defile, single strike, takes the final one off the field. Charge or an upgraded compact? Charge. Yeah, let me destroy the worst cards in the draw pile. I definitely need additional draw to start Hollow Pass upgraded and Production upgraded. Yes, I think I will take Pass upgraded and Production upgraded and also Wisp upgraded, maybe. No. Veil Piercer is definitely more important than that, and then removing of the injury. Damn, we got a lot more powerful in that room. Boot sequence, I will charge through the worst two in the draw pile at this point. And weaken the target that's going to attack for the most damage first, which I think is the mine in the front line, right? Yeah, 11 damage this turn. Sick! Oh, have a look at this. Veil Piercer makes a 0-cost Reaper form. And then I'll just drop 2 minion dive bombs for overkill. Afterlife double defense. Afterlife double toxic removal, rather. Production pass, drops down to lethality. I already played an attack this turn, so I'll just continue attacking instead. Cloak of Stars, can't use that. Sword Boomerang. Great Blast, no thank you. Let's upgrade the Enfeebling Touch for defensive focus. Replaying an additional attack at the top of the next turn isn't incredible for us. Taking this fight and getting a possible card at the end of it is... But give me that money. Bronze Scales at the start of each combat, gain 3 thorns. Alright, Call of the Void. Time for you to do what you're good for and show me how we win. Give me End of Days in hand. That's not End of Days. What are you doing? You've betrayed me. Okay, Frontline's going to die to our Thorns this turn. 16 otherwise incoming damage. Oh, Nora Surge. That's good. I'll charge through those two. Wisp, Nora Surge for the draw. Ooh. Afterlife. I kind of want to just Transfigure Pass for a ridiculous amount of draw. Draw 8 cards, please. Mm-hmm. Let's charge through again, the 2 worst in the draw pile, so it's easy for me to just draw into kills. We have no weakness on us this turn, which is huge. Dive Bomb's 25. Sorry, 29. GG. Look at the 5 rings. Every 5 cards you add to the deck, heal 20 HP. Ooh! Haze is too... Sorry, it's too weak to all enemies for 2 energy. Yeah, it's also 6 poison. Whatever. Not particularly interested in that. It's the 2 weak to all enemies. That's kind of cool, though. Admittedly, Burning Pact is one of the best sources of draw and deck fixing here, so I should probably take it. Mm-hmm. Charge through the 2 worst in the draw pile immediately. Then call Burning Pact to strike. Lethality, Bodyguard, and Unleash, then Veil Piercer. I don't even have to use the boot sequence, and I just set up 0 cost for the Ethereal card next turn, which is No Escape. Pass first, actually. Yeah. Putrefy, because Enfeebling Touch is full defense here, so I don't even have to focus on that yet. Drop. 31. Minion dive bomb. Yeah, GG. My god, yeah, I'll take a second copy of Pass. Just because of the amount of energy we have through the draw and how... Oh my god. Now I need more... Now I definitely need more energy. Absolutely. Probably should have been a rest there, admittedly. Mm-hmm. Have a look at this skill pot. Defy will do there, then Unleash, Strike, Strike, Veil Piercer to set up the next. I don't think I want to Shared Fate you. Admittedly, it is help. I'll do it. It'll take a lot of damage off you this turn. Yeah, you don't even need to be weakened for us to be taking 12. Sadly, all these ethereal cards in hand are absolutely doomed. I will use a colorless pot here. Eternal Armor, Beatdown. Beatdown's just 3 from the draw pile. From the discard pile, rather. I'll take the Eternal Armor for the safety. Putrefied, Defile. And let's... You know what? I'm going to risk taking damage this turn, and I will be taking damage. Actually, no. I just lose my Osti. That's fine. But I cause a lot more damage that previous turn, and I think I needed to do that. I'm going to charge. Then Burning Pact the Scourge. Yeah, because I absolutely have to find something like lethal this turn, and that certainly looks like it. The Courier. Merchant no longer runs out of cards, relics, or potions, and prices decreased by 20%. Pillar of Creation. Whenever you create a card, gain 2 block. So Call of the Void does that once every turn. Charge does that twice. And all soul-generating cards will do that multiple times as well. Yep. Vajra for Sparkling Rouge. Dummy for Whetstone. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Amethyst Aubergine for Old Coin. Instead of getting 15 gold per enemy, I'll get 300 gold now. Whetstone does hit, like, attack upgrades, but those attack upgrades can basically only hit Defile or Strike, so I'll take the Amethyst Aubergine for the gold coin instead, especially with that Merchant. That Courier for the Merchant. And I'm going to upgrade the Pillar of Creation here. Nice. Great first turn. Got a huge amount of our useful powers out. We've got Lethality, Call of the Void, Pillar of Creation as well. It's Wisp and Pass. We'll just throw out all the rest of that as well. I'm going to have to putrefy forwards and then turn around. Let's... Negative Pulse, Bodyguard, Veil Piercer for the turnaround, and then just play the copy of Calcify, I think. Especially because I might get Osti attacks from our generation. Oh, End of Days. Pretty cool. I'm going to transfigure the Enfeebling Touch. I'll use that to turn around, as well as completely remove damage from the enemy there. And then I'll cut a strike and a defend. Also generate 2 cards, another 6 block. There we go. Ooh, this sucks, but I really need to find a way to play Domain here. The additional... I'll use a Potion of Doom so I can turn around. The additional value that gives us... It's worth the 9 HP I'm going to be trading away there. Banshee's Cry, 59 damage to all enemies. Yeah, pretty good. I'll Veil Piercer for pass. Oh, Banshee's Cry again will do work. Banshee's Cry again. Oblivion on this side. Double Enfeebling Touch on you. Incoming is 41. We've got this. Let's charge for the sake of defense. GG. They're both dead at the end of this turn. That was with the upgrade, right? Hell yeah. Malaise. Upgraded Malaise. Yeah, I think so. Enemy loses X+1 strength and gains X+1 weak. Add a whistle into your deck. Make cook at rest science. Oh, when you defeat an elite, upgrade 4 random cards. How many of my cards are unupgraded? It's not that many. Tanks' whistle for a stun. Stun's pretty good. It's also a lot of damage. And cooking at rest sites, I mean, how many rest sites would I be able to safely hit without having to really worry about anything? I could safely wind up here. And in doing so, I would be able to pick up, what's it, like 5? Oh, they nerfed the amount of max HP you get from cooking. I'd be able to get 10 max HP and I'd be able to remove 4 cards. I don't think that's worth it. I think the whistle is just going to buy us more useful time. And I still think I'll take the path I've outlaid there. Actually, no. We've got to take this one over on the left because it has more shops. And I got a lot of money. I should use both of those shops. And because I'm getting fewer rest sites, I definitely don't care to cook. So, Tanks' whistle. Thanks for it, buddy. I'm going to Call of the Void. Transfigure Veil Piercer. Our next 2 ethereal cards are going to be 0 cost. Yeah, Reanimate for 0 is pretty goddamn good. And Bury for 0 is also ridiculous. Wow. It literally wanted to show off. Thank you, Veil Piercer. Stagger the enemy. Great. And no need to do anything else. I'll just big malaise you and watch you die. Photon Cut, Bludgeon... Molten Strike? Nope. Pillar of Creation, Production, Afterlife. I'll use Charge, Game. Enfeeble the backline, Strike Veil Piercer. Don't actually have to use anything else this turn, as well as I keep my Ethereal Charge. $17, $15. Actually, I'll even just kill the backline despite stunning them. I had enough damage for both. Patter, Invoke. While I can use Invoke, I'll take it. I think one copy of Invoke makes a lot of sense for this deck. I would have taken Delay, obviously, if I saw it. Obtain 2 random relics or upgrade 2 cards. Definitely the random relics, because the cards aren't going to do anything for us. Potion Belt, and then the Potion Toad. Petrified Toad to get us a potion. Wow. A potion at the top of each combat. Ran with the Elder. I'll give you the Book of 5 Rings, which probably doesn't have time to trigger again in order to get 2 random relics. Lantern, an additional energy on turn 1, as well as Regal Pillow. Rest for an additional 15 HP. Hell yeah. Boot Sequence Defend. And we even got an Invoke out there, so... yeah, that's a lot of energy. I'll charge. Negative Pulse, then dredge back a Invoke, charge, and Negative Pulse. I'll Invoke, charge, Negative Pulse again, and then Malaise after all that. Beautiful. Missile, Dive Bomb. And then I'm just gonna transfigure Bodyguard for additional defense. Putrefy, Veil Piercer sets up Squeeze. Build Creation and Afterlife for safety. Great. Take the enemy out while they're attacking. GG. Dexpot. Chaos. Considering we only have 1 orb slot, it creates and evokes an orb, and then it leaves another orb on the board. It's pretty good. I don't think I need it, though. Havoc randomly playing a card from the top deck. Depends on the card. I don't think it's worth it there. I don't think I have enough draw to snap 0 costs. Yeah, snap 0 cost cards like that. Whenever you play a card that costs 2 or more, gain 4 block from the Intimidating Helmet. I'm a big fan, but I don't really find myself playing cards that cost 2 or more often. Impatience, if you have no attacks in hand. Not often the case. Definitely remove the Regret first. I feel like Reaper Form would give us, like, just a trajectory towards finishing the fight. I should probably just take that. And Bolus. Deal 3 damage, return to your hand at the start of the next turn. Nope. Alright. Very glad I lined up a second shop here so I can try and take additional advantage. I'd like to see Reaper Form retain, please. Oh! Additional 2 shops, as it turns out. Alchemize. Procure a random potion. I feel like I'd want that earlier or not at all. Like, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 potions for 140. And I don't even know which potions they are. Definitely going to take the removal, and I'm wandering out of here with nothing else so that I can check the final shop. Oh, sick. Call of the Void, Lethality, Boot Sequence, Reaper Form, and Malaise. I'll be taking, what, 7 damage? Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Pillar of Creation, Undeath creates another Undeath. Charge through the 2 strikes. Oof. 43 incoming's pretty tough here, actually. Let's pass. Nice, I get a full stun. Whistle! Then invoke, because I'm going to need the additional energy next turn. There's a lot of draw left in this draw pile. Yeah. Let's go with Pulse into Transfigure Pass. Defend, double pass. Wisp on death. Get a Putrefy out there, then Veil Piercer, and a Defend. Alright, GG. And the final shot. Ooh, Eternal Feather. And Battle Trance? I feel like after the passes burn out of our deck, yeah, we do need a Battle Trance. And this shot has... I mean, Pantograph's pretty damn good. I like the idea of Restlessness. I just don't feel like I'm often going to get to use it. But it is upgraded. When is it ever better than right now? No, because I generate so many cards. No. I'd have to somehow play out all the cards in hand. It's just not going to happen. I'll take that upgraded Defy, though. On death? Especially with Pillar and the amount of draw that I have in here. Yeah, Undeath is also a really good card for us. That's it. That's all I needed. Ooh. Look, the AoE fight could still be tough. Oh. Well. I'm going to drop Veil Piercer and then malaise the front line, preventing us from taking damage this turn. Unfortunately, we will be burning 2 ethereal cards there, but hey, Death's Door is free, so you know. Oh boy. Well, actually, all of the cards are free, right? Yeah, next ethereal card, and all of our cards are now ethereal. Thank you, Spectral Knight, I guess. Let me use an attack potion. And then, yeah, pull from below, I guess. 6/8. Takes out that front liner for us immediately. Ooh, sick. Putrefy, Enfeebling Touch, and then Misery to share. I'll Bodyguard and Invoke for good measure. Backliner should be our target this turn, ideally. With as much damage as I can throw. GG. We got the backliner down before their big attack turn. That's all I really needed to be certain of. Production, Pillar of Creation, Afterlife. I'll hit you with Death March and Defile, then 6/24 from pull from below. Heart of Iron, Festive Popper, Glow. Body Slam? No, Body Slam's never particularly good for us. I did buy Pandagraph, but I also don't even need... I'll upgrade Whistle. 11 more damage. I'd like not to use Whistle on this first turn, but if I can't find any other value here, I'll do it. Yeah, I'd also like not to use Malaise here, if possible. I'm going to pass. I think Transfigure Malaise is important, and that would really counter like the second wave. I was really hoping to have another attack in this hand, but I guess that is unlikely. I'll defy, I'll drop lethality, and then I'm going to transfigure malaise, which I'm not going to throw. Pillar of Creation, Undeath, charge through 2 cards in the draw pile for additional defense. There is now a Defile and then double potion-shaped rock. Yep. I knew they weren't far as soon as I got them down to almost 50. I was like, just need one attack to close out this. Calcify. I'm gonna draw Part of Iron. Not comfortable with the amount of damage I'm taking this turn. I'll take 7 less, please. Okay, good Reaper form. Especially right before Big Reap. Annoyingly, I know I have to take the enemy down that turn, even if it costs me 22 health. Oh, that's wild as hell. I'll transfigure that malaise again. And now I just need to draw back to it as soon as possible. I'll play pass just to get rid of it as well. Production, 3 strike, soul. Oh my god. Still alive. Still technically alive. Veil Piercer, Sleight of Flesh is nice because then all of our debuffs do some decent damage. Can you give me the malaise? I've given it so much replay. It is literally, like, it's essential. Thank you. I'm also going to give it one more replay. And now, please lose 24 strength and 24 weak on you. Yeah. That should very much make the rest of the fight ours. Oh no, the enemy's threatening to do 18 damage this turn. I don't know what to do about that. Let's charge through a couple of burns in the draw pile. Transfigure Undeath, and now that Undeath has replay, and it puts Undeaths with replay. Discard. I don't want a Neurosurge because I do feel like I probably, then dead draw on damage for a while, and then suddenly it becomes the end of us. Never mind, doesn't have the time to become the end of us. GG. Test subject down. We've only got the dex spot for the final fight, but we do have the additional 25 health from the pantograph at the very least. Okay. That malaise on Queen is really important. Could completely debilitate her. Same with the Shared Fate, actually. Okay, Pillar of Creation. I'm going to charge. I don't think I can afford the malaise, but I will throw Shared Fate on the back line. I'm going to malaise the front line because I need the weaken. Production? I'm gonna whistle. Then transfigure Reaper form. Just putrefy the backline, I guess. Borrowed time, Reaper form. Put 2 of them in place. So now every time I attack, I deal twice that much in Doom. Domain, Undeath, and Bodyguard. It's just the resources I need. Unfortunately, we have to give up Pass, Defy, and the other Pass. Lethality, Afterlife, Enfeeble You, then 29 and 15. I am going to have to start preparing the frontliner to die very soon. 24, yeah, it's next turn you need to be dead by. Oh, we've got Misery! Oh, that loves company. Battle Trance. Okay. Bodyguard, Unleash for 38. It's 126 Doom on you now. Great. Then Pulse. Misery to share that at the back line for 148 on you now. And then I'll invoke for additional energy next turn. I think, heck, we had the negative strength for you. Ooh, we've even got an Enfeebling Touch for you this turn. There you go, you're halfway through. This is the worst turn from you, but we do have on death to guarantee reasonable defense. Not incredible, but reasonable enough. And pretty much any normal turn worth of damage should now shut you out. GG. Hell yeah. Prismatic Gem is good fun, but just having all of these upgraded by default as well, oh. Final shout out, of course, to being Call of the Void, giving us the additional cards on turn 1, as well as additional cards every turn thereafter. And of course, the Malaise for 24 negative strength on a target just using the replay. GG. For the moment, though, as I have heard my doorbell ring and I'm just trying to hasten my way to the exit so I can do that, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game is being Slay the Spire 2. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves and hopefully we'll see you all next time.